Speaking of up, I did it. I did a thing. Hey, stream.
You
Welcome
got
back to Roll For It Tuesday. Rain Tuesday, I should specifically say. Alright, couple of things to get through. We're going to speed run it because I'm running late. Because my cat knocked over some glass and I had to clean it up. Like, literally right before I was about to get on. It was the worst. I think I got all the glass, so I guess we'll see. If you hear a bunch of meowing in the background and all of a sudden I'd say, shit, guys, BRB, it's probably because I'm cleaning up cat blood or something. I cleaned it all up, I think. Anyway, that's what the vacuum's for, right? Okay, so there won't be any D&D next week on Monday the 16th or Tuesday the 17th. Unfortunately, I got shit I gotta do on Tuesday, and I want to keep the groups kind of chronologically where they are because the storylines are kind of intermingled. A storyline is kind of intermingled, and I don't want one group to get too far ahead because then I'm going to have to retcon a bunch, so needless to say, we're going to take the whole week off next week. Well, Monday and Tuesday at least. Thursday, we've got another episode of Mutual Misunderstanding happening with a special guest on Thursday. So that'll be fun. Same channel, same usual time-ish. It's probably, again, going to be an audio-only one because I don't order the webcam until actually Friday, so you'll get to look at a lovely grass field and listen to our dulcet tones talk you to sleep with our inane ramblings about madness and D&D. Really, I'm speaking for myself there. Drew's kind of the voice of reason that keeps us on track.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, it can't be me. Shit gets fucked up. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the Twitch stream. We go live every 6:30 to 10 on Mondays and 6 to 9 on Tuesdays. Feel free to join the chat and say hey y'all to everybody, and I'm sure they'll chat back to you on occasion. That's pretty much all I got. Oh, yeah, little thing. If you have Twitch Prime and you want to use it here that helps out the stream, go ahead and hit the purple button below the stream. You know, it helps out the stream. If not, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Anybody else got anything, or should we just dive in?
If I had something to shill, I would take the opportunity.
Oh, did the alert not play for that? Oh, it was just really quick. Okay, I'm going to work on that. But thanks, Santa, for $5. Note said Jive Bunny. TTS should have been working. The computer should have fucking spoken that. But I'll fix that. My bad. And now my phone just probably is alerting me that there's $5 somewhere in my bank account. Anyway. Thanks for that. But who's doing the recap this week?
So, I took notes, but they're very in character.
I dig it.
So there's like no rhyme or reason or of like what happened. It's just like the facts. Like
So you mean you jump around?
With facts, ma'am.
You hop around?
You know what? You do the
Is that
recap, Brian. That's what I'm hearing.
I can do the recap, but my character doesn't know everything, so, you know.
Yeah, he's just
everything.
He's got a hair less information.
Exactly.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I don't have the full tail.
All right, let's stop fluffing this up and just get to it.
All right then. So the party met with my character, Strawberry, at the end of the previous episode, and immediately we met, and my character asked the party to join him in the search for his missing brother. And we headed south to speak. Oh my god, I'm just gonna read off my notes. South guards Trevor Hilton lives past the body and nozzle. Human figure, mouth of an alley, black cloak, stabbed to death within an hour, not finally made clothes. Cloak is finally made, black, great craftsmanship. In the valley, brown cloak 40s hobo saw a play. Nudge rainwater on him. Valeria cures poison, hobo didn't see anything. Zanuck notifies Trevor that there was a murder in the alley. Several murders have happened, all wearing black cloaks. On the way back, Valeria sings her ridiculous song at Strawberry. When
The song was fantastic.
When they get back, Strawberry heads to his room and locks the door. Valeria makes a blanket fort for Zanuck.
Yeah.
Let's see. During the night, Strawberry went out and found an elderly 50s brown and gray fade haircut man with backwards hands. His name is Baldorn Grassgrove. A week ago, he saw Hazel heading west with 2 humans and an elf. The next day, with coffee secured, some of the party partakes of breakfast sausage and Strawberry performs a breakfast song. Valeria, inspiring leader of the group outside the city gates. After spending more time searching for tracks, Strawberry casts Detect Magic and detects something small, magical in a rabbit burrow. It's a healing potion. On the way back into town, Strawberry notices an older female halfling corpse, disfigured horrifically, dead for 6 to 9 hours, large claw marks and a few piercing wounds. Guards are called and the group passes themselves off as inquisitors. Lead guard Badan Jihi states that there have been 10 murders starting a week ago, nothing strange in the autopsy, nothing apparently eaten. Trevor Hilton, callback, brings a map to the district and Jihi marks where the bodies were found. During this time, Ryla acquires the coffee and bread delivery. The party moves off to the portal spot.
Yeah. That was an incredibly thorough recap. I especially like the part where you included the throwaway background of the hobo who saw a play earlier in the day, which
It might be important.
it might be important. It might
You
be relevant.
never know.
Yeah, like 30 sessions from now, you might be like, wait a second, what was the play called? Like, you know, I don't know.
This is one very detailed rabbit, okay?
He's detail oriented. I get it.
Yeah.
Anybody want to add anything to that, or are we good?
No, I think you got everything.
It was very thorough. Cool. So, you all are in the streets of Lilton. Not quite noon. Still, you know, relatively morning. And the note-taking begins. Don't write that part.
Note-taking begins.
Not quite noon. Don't write that part. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you could bring up a program that will just like stenographer everything I say, and it'll type it into a notepad for you.
On the program.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you guys are kind of just hanging out in the middle of the street. You've got your coffee, and I believe you had asked Mud to get bread for you so that when you meet up with him, he will give you bread. And
You got the bread.
if I remember right, we ended with him running out and handing you the bread, right? All right.
Yep. And we were heading back towards the portal location.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Go for it.
Pull Al aside and hand him the ring and say, "Sorry about that. I hope you can appreciate the necessity."
No, I appreciated it. It was quick thinking. Pretty quick on your feet there.
Like a bunny. Take it like a bunny.
I wasn't going to go quite that far, but
Yes,
In my
yes, thank you.
in my head canon, somebody says "quick like a fox" and he gets scared. Anyway,
so
sorry.
is this something you'd want to pursue in the future, or was this just a one-time easy to grab type of thing?
One-time burglary.
I meant, would you like to get a ring of your own type of thing, or?
Perhaps we can cross that bridge at another time.
Fair enough.
Okay. Because of the time, you guys had arrived here shortly after lunchtime. You've got a couple hours to spend. You guys can just, go to the location and press T and wait for a couple hours. Or you can, do whatever you'd like to do in the meantime. That's a Skyrim
Oh,
joke there, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we've got a couple hours, that'd be long enough for me to go find a jeweler.
Sure.
I need to go buy a mining pick.
Okay.
I'm sure they would have that at the jeweler.
Okay.
Yeah, the jeweler would
with
probably
you
have
to
this.
the jeweler mining pick store.
All right.
I'm just gonna take long.
Okay. So you make your way over to the jeweler, which, let me just pull up something here.
I'm assuming this is a jeweler I need and not a general store.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, you probably need something a little bit more specific. And, since, Valeria needs a pick, it probably just makes sense to go somewhere specifically for something. As opposed to a general store, you go somewhere that specializes in it, you might get better quality stuff, but it also happens to be closer. So you make your way to the jewelry, and you walk in, and there is a tall and skinny. Wow! It randomly generated Badanji again. I'm not kidding.
Or Badanji, no relation.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you walk in and you find a tall and skinny woman with pointed ears, long brown hair, comes past the middle of her back, and she's just kind of sitting there with a monocle and looking at a red gem. And after you walk in, you hear the ding ding as a door hits a bell, and she looks up and pulls a monocle down and, hello.
Hello.
Hi, what can I do for you?
I was wondering if you had any diamonds. They don't have to be great quality or even necessarily all that big. If you've got a bunch of leftover diamonds from other cuttings, that would be perfectly acceptable.
Specifically diamonds only, or will others work as well?
Specifically diamonds only for the moment.
Right. And you looking for chips, gems, or dust?
Dealer's choice, really.
Right. Well, I do a lot of cutting here, and I do keep the dust, as, those magical types do use them for their spells. Would dust suffice?
That's a GM question. Would dust
what's up?
suffice?
For which spell?
Revivify. It just says diamonds. It doesn't necessarily say the
Oh,
condition
probably
there.
not. I think you need dust for that. Or, for, diamond dust is specific, I think.
Diamond dust is specific for greater restoration and some other things.
Yeah.
Revivified just says diamonds.
Yeah, I'll say you probably need the actual diamonds themselves and not dust.
Okay.
So I guess she would, see that you're not interested in dust and just goes, very well. Do you care about cut? Do you want one diamond or several? Are you looking for a certain value or something aesthetic?
Just
We're all gonna
need.
die.
I need about 300 gold worth of diamonds, whether they're one big one or a couple small ones.
Right. Purpose of jewelry or...
It's for a spell component.
Oh, yeah. Not a problem. I can get that. Just 300 or maybe 600?
Gonna kind of look at the party. Do you all think you can keep yourselves from dying?
We haven't been very good at that so far.
The gods have smiled upon me.
Better make it 600.
Right. Let's do 600, yes. And she kind of roots around in a cabinet just off to the side and, counts out some gems, puts them on a balance scale, and takes a couple of chunks of some sort of metal and puts it on the other side of the scale, and you see it kind of teeter, and then the diamonds are a little bit too heavy. So she takes one or two off, and then they slowly weigh out. She takes a small satchel or a sack and puts the diamonds in there and goes, there you are. Would you like me to separate them into 300s, or is just 600 all in one good?
600 and all in one should be fine.
Excellent. Well, here you are.
Thank you. And I will hand over 600 gold.
All right. She takes it and nods. And then kind of looks over the rest of you. What can I get the rest of you?
I heard you sell mining picks here, which is completely reasonable.
Well, yes, because you need to mine for gems, and I deal in gems.
Right. I need a,
what kind would you like?
one that mines for gems.
Right. Iron, steel, adamantine.
Iron. One that's worth 5 gold. That's what I was given.
Right. Okay. Yes. Just walks over to the edge of the room and just picks up a pickaxe. Walks over and... All right. There you go. That should do. Slightly used, but the owner died. So I'll give you a discount. You can have it for 4 gold.
Yay. Oh, do you have a mirror? People have told me about mirrors, and I want one now.
Certainly. What size?
Size to see my face.
Right. Do you want like a hand mirror or a full body mirror, like a vanity?
Hand. How am I gonna? I'm an adventurer. How am I gonna carry a whole mirror around with me everywhere I go? I'm gonna be fighting things, carrying a gigantic mirror.
I do not assume. I am sorry. Right. 5 gold pieces sound good to you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Excellent.
So how much is that?
In total, 9 gold pieces for
Excellent.
your pickaxe and steel mirror.
Here you go, elven person with brown hair.
Thank you. The name is Paris.
Ah, are you related to Hilton, the guard?
No.
Oh, sorry,
at
my
all.
bad. No.
So glad somebody made that joke.
Random generated names, man. It's not even spelled the same way. It's Paeris. And the store is called Paris Emporium. If you're curious.
Always.
All right.
Always in the details.
Always in the details.
So what was the last name?
Magjor. She wouldn't have told you that, though, so don't put that in your notes.
Yes.
Not unless you specifically ask.
That's a little creepier than I go.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not there anyway.
All right. And then,
Did
so
you
she
wander
kind
off again?
of... She looks
I
over at
didn't
the rest
go
of the
with you.
party.
Like I just stopped in the while you guys went on.
He's waiting for the magic man to show up. Paris kind of looks around at you guys. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm just tagging along.
I just received an amazing pearl necklace. I hear it's enchanted. I personally don't know magic, but anybody that wears it, it gives a slight warming feeling.
I have 7 gold. I'm so rich!
She slowly pulls it back and puts it back in the drawer. And slowly closes the drawer.
Aww.
It's fine. You know what? It's not for everybody. This is more of an upscale establishment, and I don't judge.
But now I'll be forever
Feels
cold.
like judging.
Just like my heart.
Wow,
Do you
that
have
got
one
dark.
that makes you cold?
Wait, what?
Do you have one that makes you cold?
The necklace? No.
Oh.
Are you quite warm today? What is the temperature?
It's kind of balmy.
It's balmy.
Yeah.
Or do you prefer to be cold?
Sometimes.
Well, I've found
I
with
go for
temperature,
tepid.
it's a lot easier to take layers off than to put more on. To a point.
I get in trouble when I do that.
That would be the point. You stop
Oh,
there.
okay.
But if you start with like 3 or 4 layers and you get warm, you can always take 1 layer off, and then you won't be quite as warm.
While they're in the shop, I'm looking around to see if there's a crowd, like if there's a gathering of people anywhere around.
Sure.
Maybe just milling about.
Make a perception check. Is there anything specific that you're looking for in regards to this crowd?
Just bored people with money.
Oh, yeah, certainly. There is a very long line that leads to an establishment that is a poorly spelled banner atop of it that says Thunderbucks. Seems to be about 40 or 50 people in line. It comes out the building and like around the corner. And yeah, a lot of them look kind of, lack of a better term, they look like they haven't had their coffee yet. So they're all just kind of like almost zombies as they're lined up.
You guys, whenever you guys are done, I'm gonna recite this fine group of people a poem.
Oh. Well, they're gonna take some time coming back if you wanted to do that, or if you want them to, if you want to wait until they walk up and then start. It's up to you.
I'm doing this while they're off shopping.
Okay, cool. So yeah, feel free.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm just walking back and forth along the line. One day at a pastry shop, I met a man selling cakes. For money he wanted to swap, but I really wanted some cupcakes. Got any cupcakes, asked I, for that's how I'll spend my money. No cupcakes, said the guy. He seemed to find it quite funny. We've got some lovely pies, I'll give you a very fine price. I'd rather have some french fries. The man blinked rapidly thrice. The man seemed exceptionally beautiful, and his manner was strangely amused. He wasn't what I would call dutiful, great disdain he noticeably oozed. Like others, he thought I was odd, some say I'm a bit crazed. Still he gave me a courteous nod, and if he thought I was plenty unfazed. So in search of my goal I departed, but before the pastry shop could I leave, the man came running full-hearted. I can help you, I believe. Cakes, cupcakes you shall find, pies, french fries you can get. You must now open your mind and get down to Zizith Market. So to Zizith Market I decided to go in search of the cupcakes I craved. The winds it did eerily blow, but I felt that the day could be saved. There were stalls selling books, rings in many shades. There were even stalls selling gobbledygooks. People were scattered from many trades. I was greeted by a peculiar lady. She seemed to be rather crazed. I couldn't help thinking she might be quite shady. I wonder if she was at all unfazed. Before I could open my mouth, she shouted, "For you I have some cupcakes." I headed towards her, to the south, past some pies and cakes. But how did you know? I asked. Did you want them or not? She did say. Silently the cupcakes she passed, then vanished before I could pay. As I walked away I heard a crackle. Or was it perhaps a hushed cackle?
Go ahead and make a performance check with advantage. All right. You get a resounding applause from the kind of weary crowd waiting outside. And as you kind of, walk down the line, many of the patrons kind of reach out to kind of shake your hand and say, "Oh, thank you for such a, rousing display of entertainment." And many of the patrons, when they shake your hands, they kind of discreetly pass a coin to you here or there. You get past... Wow. 3 gold pieces and 17 silver pieces.
Yay.
I rolled low on the gold, sorry.
Thank you.
They seem thoroughly amused, and probably around this time, unless the party has anything else that they wanted to do on the way back, you guys would probably walk up just as Strawberry's done at the end of the line, getting his payment for his rousing poem.
Wow, what'd you do to get people to give you money?
I'm a natural performer. I performed.
What did you perform?
One of my own pieces. Poetry about cupcakes.
Sounds interesting.
Yummy.
I like cupcakes.
They sound good.
I like cookies better, but I like cupcakes too. And also cakes. Regular cakes.
What about pie?
Pie, eclairs, taffy. I don't like bumblebees.
Why not?
Did you try to eat one?
Yeah.
I would do it.
But what did it taste like?
It tastes like spite.
Yep, that sounds like a bumblebee.
That doesn't sound like a good flavor.
No.
Did it sting you?
Yeah. That's why my lips are red.
Wait, how long ago did this happen?
You might
On the
wanna
walk
look
back.
The walk outside.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So, what would you like to do for the rest of the time before you have to meet with Zaxar?
How much longer do we have?
Well, the shopping trip was only probably about 30 minutes or so. So, probably another hour and a half.
I'm just gonna start walking in circles.
Okay. Just on the spot, like.
I'll just kind of make like a figure 8 shape. Just kind of walking around like that.
All right.
I'm going to
Not
start
saying anything.
dancing next to her, assuming that this is some type of new performance that we're all doing as a group.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk over to Zanuck. And ask him how long he's been out of the Fae.
Oh, not that long. I think like a couple months.
How'd you get here?
Well, I went to get some water, and then I fell in the well, and then I was here.
Lassie didn't save you.
What'd you say?
Nothing, sorry. Different.
Oh, Lassie!
Great. Now I got to create a fake creature called Lassie. Shit. Oh, it's a big Fae dog.
Sorry, just a tale I'd heard once. Sounded awfully familiar.
What's that? Timmy fell in the well.
Make Rise play the dog.
He probably would. His last character was a dog.
I was gonna say his last character was anyway.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, bad.
Probably make it a blink dog.
Blink dogs are awesome. I should mention,
are.
as Zanuck and Strawberry are having this conversation, and Astra and Valyria are having a dance competition. I don't know what the fuck's happening there. Mud has noticed and has started twirling his sign and dancing over next to the two ladies of the party.
I'm gonna start getting jiggy now.
Okay.
I'm making like sounds like
Just throwing it back to Mud.
Yeah.
All right. So that happens. Mud's just kind of dancing and spinning his sign, and every couple of seconds, like he stops and like does the full-on jazz hands, and then points towards the building and says "Thunderbucks," and then goes back to dancing. Was there more for you, Strawberry and Zanuck, or was that it?
How long have you been?
I've never been to the Fae.
Oh, I thought you might be from there too.
My family is.
Oh,
I was born here, though.
yeah, I would like to go back, but it seems to be hard. An old lady said she would, but then I fell asleep and we killed her and blew up her house for some reason.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a weird day.
I'm having a hard time
Why do
here.
you want to go there?
The last time I saw my parents was several years ago, and they went to the Fae.
That's a good reason. I want to see mine too.
I'm gonna put mud on my shoulders and continue to
Oh.
watch.
Are you forcibly
Like
trying to do it?
dirt,
Because
or-
he does not want to let you do that.
I'm gonna jump on her shoulders instead.
Yeah.
That
So
weird?
as soon as you reach for Mud, he kind of like slaps at your hands and he just goes, "Hey, consent is a thing, okay?" And then continues dancing as Valyria just jumps on your shoulders.
Consent, please.
Gonna walk faster and
Fucking
figure
Henry
it.
Crabgrass.
I'm gonna start like rapping.
Oh yeah, what's that sound like?
I like big bunnies and I cannot lie. You other peoples can't deny. When a buddy walks in with a little itty bitty waistcoat and a fluffy tail in your face, you get sprung. Cause you love those songs he sung. Baby got bunnies.
Yeah, make
Then
a
I reach
performance
my-
check.
So beautiful.
And out, cause now I want some gold because I saw him do it.
Make a performance check. Okay, not bad. The crowd kind of, gives a smattering of applause as most of them are just confused. But, a couple people are like, yeah, okay. I don't understand it. I'm not particularly, got that kink, but, to each their own. Yeah, kind of.
I'm gonna do a backflip off her shoulders now.
Okay, make a acrobatics check. Okay, yeah, you stick the landing too. Yeah, it's like perfect.
Hey,
The
Zanuck,
crowd
apparently
cheers.
you've been teaching people how to do backflips off of stuff.
I guess so. I must be a good teacher.
You must be.
I try to do what I see the bar did and I put my little hand out.
I'm
A-
gonna do that too.
as you kind of walk down the row with your hand out, like, most of the people give you a high five. One little girl comes over and puts a single silver piece in your hand.
I'm gonna save it forever.
She looks terrified.
Oh, I wasn't trying to scare her.
It's just your
It's a
energy.
look-
She's a little bit more reserved, and you're just all of that. She's just a little bit
All that. Just too much.
I mean, it's just a little girl, right? And she's like, it's a lot happening. All right. As you make your way down the line and having watched all of that, anybody with a passive perception of 15 or higher?
Yup.
Yeah.
All right. You guys notice a strange sight as a
I'm noticing a strange sight.
brown-colored, furry Harengon steps out of Thunderbucks with what appears to be a single slice of bread and a Thunderbucks magical bean water of waking drink, possibly with the pumpkin spice. You don't know. And he walks over to a little canopied area and sits down at a chair and kind of sets his stuff down and just kind of starts people watching as he nibbles away at his bread and takes a couple of sips here or there. He's got, like I said, kind of brown colored fur. Both of his ears kind of droop down, and he's got like an old bowler's hat that he's kind of tucked over his ears, but since they're Harengon ears, they like come down past, like his ears and down his cheeks. His garb appears to be not ragged, but definitely worn. Not exactly the best taken care of. For one of you, the garb is familiar, if in worse care than last you saw it. And you definitely recognize the creature as it goes to sip its drink.
So it's Hazel.
Yeah. You recognize him like that.
I'm gonna bound up to him.
All right. As you approach, he's kind of startled and like taken aback and kind of leans back away from you and like holds his drink close to himself. And he's like, hello?
Hazel? Where have you been?
I just went and
I've been looking all over for you for a week.
I don't know who you are, but I just got some Thunderbucks, and now I'm gonna drink it.
What do you mean? I'm your brother.
That couldn't possibly be true. I'm human, and you're whatever that is.
What?
Look at you, man.
Look at you.
What are you talking about? Kind of like looks down at himself. I'm clearly human. You're not going crazy. He's obviously Harengon.
Right. And what... I apologize. And what... I must have mistaken you for someone else. Could you inform me of what your name is?
Oh, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a mirror. If you want to look in it, I hand Hazel the mirror.
The creature just kind of looks at you. Ran up out of nowhere. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm gonna shove the mirror in his face. Look, damn it!
Okay, hold on one sec.
I'm gonna come over
I'd
when I
like
see
to do
that.
something at some point. I was following along.
Okay. He looks in the mirror and sees the reflection of himself and goes, "Wait, what the?" And you just see like a facial recognition of like just shock come over his face, and he's just like, "What magic are you performing on me?"
I'm not... You... touch your head. Do you feel ears on top of your head?
This is a hat.
I'm gonna
It's
try
got
to take
the
the hat
brim.
off.
Yeah, not hard. You just reach over and take off the hat, and he's like tapping his ears now. He's, oh no, those are big. Okay, maybe I'm Elven then. They've got big ears. That's a thing, right?
They do.
Yeah, I'm an elf.
Don't encourage this.
But then also you're not an elf because I don't think they're quite that furry. Maybe if you just look down at your hands and stuff and your legs.
Looks down and sees all the fur and just goes, "I'm born with a rare skin condition that makes me abnormally hairy?"
And you look like a bunny when you look into mirrors.
He kind of looks at it, and his mouth and nose area does that like bunny twitch thing, and he's just like, "What? Okay, whichever one of you cast a spell on me, stop it. This is not funny. It's too early. I haven't had my drink yet. And this is a lot. I can't handle it right now.
What is the last thing you do remember?
I came out of the store just now, and then I sat down.
Before that,
Well, before that, I came to the store, stood in line for an hour, and then got a drink.
where did you come from?
From a tavern, where I've been staying.
Have you been staying with anyone?
Nah, just myself.
And how long have you been staying at this tavern?
About a week?
What family do you have? Where's your family?
I don't know.
You don't remember your family?
I don't know. Are we done with the Inquisition here? I'm just trying to enjoy my drink.
Strawberry, isn't this your brother?
Apparently not.
That's weird. He kind of looks like what you said he looked like.
I don't want to harass this poor man anymore.
He kind of like shifts in his seat and like leans on the wrong spot and damn it. Pulls a couple of things out of his pocket and sets it on the little table next to him. A small coin purse, small wooden medallion, couple pieces of paper, and a large iron key, and just sets it down and then picks up his drink and goes, well, I would very much appreciate some quiet time while I enjoy my drink and people watch. It's my favorite activity.
I rifle through the objects. Like, I just no care in the world.
He's obviously displeased, but, doesn't think he can fight 5 of you, so he doesn't try. There's a couple of pieces of paper, an iron key, small wooden medallion, and...
What do the papers say?
You, unfold them and start reading them? Oh, okay. One of them is a shopping list.
What's on it?
It's a shopping list. It's for some foodstuffs. Seemingly mundane. I haven't populated it. It's not important. Move on.
Okay. Other paper?
The other one appears to be a gambling slip from... Actually, it wouldn't have the establishment's name. It just says the bearer of this note is owed 55 gold pieces. Sorry, my cat just walked headfirst into the big standing mirror. Are you okay? Yeah, he's tripping balls. He must have just had a bunch of catnip. That's the weirdest
And
thing.
what's the medallion? What's that look like?
It's just a 5-pointed star on a wooden charm.
What's this key to? I ask, not Hazel.
That's to my room?
Okay.
Are you quite done rifling through my things? I'd like to be left alone now.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Thank you. He kind of turns his shoulder away from you and goes back to his drink and slowly picks off a small part of the bread and just starts eating it while trying to avoid that you guys are still standing there.
I'm gonna move about 15 feet away, so that I'm on a earshot when I whisper. And I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Where can this magic be?
While he's doing that.
Yeah, go for it, Brian.
Should I do an insight check to see if he's like genuinely confused or if he's just like putting on a show?
Sure, make an insight check. Okay. You do not pick up any signs of deception. You've rarely encountered a creature in your entire history that's as open a book as this creature is. Just everything he says appears to be completely face value, and I wouldn't necessarily say one way or the other if you believe it or not, but you don't pick up any signs of deception or anything. As for the magic, you do not pick up any magic, aside from any magical items that are on your party, if they're visible.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
On the Herringen, alright.
Yep. Would you kindly come with us?
Okay, let's make his check. What's your DC?
16 wisdom.
Alright. Well, he rolls a 15, and he just kind of picks up his stuff and goes, well, alright, since you asked so nicely. Where are we going?
To a tower.
Oh, okay. Towers are cool.
You'll love it.
Alright. What, is there something special about it, or is it just a tower? Are we going sightseeing? Oh, are we going to go cliff dive off the tower? A wizard's tower. I don't really know if I like magic.
Oh, you'll like this one. He's got all sorts of knickknacks.
Knickknacks are cool. Your friend there, though, I'm pretty sure she cast a magic spell on me. And I'm not sure if I'm comfortable around magic.
Well, she's a paladin, so you shouldn't worry about wizards. Paladins, however, are super sketchy.
Apparently.
You will rue the day.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I'm picking up that.
Don't
Like-
listen to him. He's such an angry bunny, and you're much nicer, I can tell.
I'm not a bunny.
Oh, person. Creature. Thing.
Look, pointy ears, elf.
Elf, yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah.
We're all elves here. Except him. That angry jive bunny.
Herringen, yes.
Right.
I'm
that's
not enough,
strange.
though.
Yeah. So, where's this tower?
Right this way. And head toward where the portal's supposed to...
Okay.
Ow.
You'd know it's you were dropped off in like the main square, roughly where the execution took place a week back. And you make your way there. You feel free to RP if you want, but otherwise you guys just kind of wait around for an hour, unless you have anything else that you want to do or RP otherwise in this hour.
So, did you have any plans today before you decided to go to the tower with us?
No. I was just gonna hang out. I was gonna have my drink, eat my bread. I was thinking I might go gamble a little bit. I've been kind of on a little bit of a streak. And, yeah, maybe make some money.
Where do you gamble at?
Oh, it's this, like, really cool, like, underground dive kind of place. Everybody there is super friendly unless you can't pay, and then they break your fingers. But it's pretty cool. They got, like, card games. They got, like, card games. And...
Wait, so do you not have a name? Because I cannot run some names by you while we wait.
Everybody just calls me "Hey you" or "that guy" or whatever. I don't know.
How do you feel about Captain Carrots?
No.
No. David Hasselhoff.
No.
Are you a girl? Cindy Hopper.
No.
No. Fluffalicious.
These are all awful.
What? Bunny Palooza? Bunny
just-
McBunderson.
I mean,
Babbity
last-
Rabbity.
the last one just sounded like a food. The other one sounded like a festival. Like, I don't...
Peter?
Wait. Huh?
No.
How about Bob?
Peter Cottontail?
No. But all of these are, like, not fitting at all. Like, make your friend here...
Hazel.
He just ignores it, or maybe he didn't hear you, and just like, maybe your friend here. He looks kind of like a bunny. Any one of those names could fit for him.
Oh.
Oh, even better, I got one for you, Sir Hoppington II. I don't know where the first is, but you know,
Hopped right to the second.
That's right.
there you go. It's all in the name. And since
might
he
have gotten
kind
off
of
on the
looks
wrong
like a
foot.
bunny.
Well, I'll just
Damn it,
call you
Raen.
person then.
Yeah, sure, that works.
Your name is Bob now.
Bob Person.
I don't know. It doesn't sound right. I feel like
What name sounds good to you?
I don't know. I feel like if you said it, I'd know.
Susan?
That's a good name.
No.
My horse was name was Susan.
Well, I'm not a horse.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clearly established by this point that I'm a human elf.
But your ears don't look like my ears.
They're pointy.
Yours are kind of dangly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Elfton.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's just, where's this tower? This is weird. These names all suck.
How rude.
We'll say roughly an hour later. You guys are kind of standing around when you, Valyria, hear the voice in your mind that you recognize as one Zaxar the Magnificent, as he says, could you make sure the portal area is clear? I do not want to cut anybody in half.
Everybody move back from this area. We don't want any more incidents with the intestines and the blood. So just back away. There's nothing to see here. Yes.
As I back away,
Couple of people all like step back, like giving like way more room than you think is necessary, but they're like obviously worried because you're just, you know, basically yelling fire in a crowded area. Not
I
as
quite.
I
take out
back away,
my
I'm gonna kind of
sword
look
and
at
just-
her, raise an eyebrow again.
I mean, what?
43 days without incident.
Now we got to reset the calendar. After about a moment, maybe a minute goes by, you see a thin vertical slit open up, and it widens into a portal, where you see Zaxar, the familiar old man, kind of step forward wearing his robes. He steps up to the portal. He doesn't actually step through it into Lilton, and he just sticks his hand through the portal. So if you're looking at it from the side, it looks like there's nothing, and then there's like a thin barrier, and all of a sudden there's a hand sticking out of thin air. And he goes, the drink, please.
Are you gonna let us back in? Or were we just giving you the drink?
Did you want to come back?
Well, what about our horses?
I mean, okay, fine. Yeah, come on back, I guess. He just like pulls his hand back, and the portal opens a little bit wider, allowing you to enter again.
All right, do we have the drinks? Do we have the bread? Do we have all the things?
As we
Yeah.
walk through the portal, I'm going to kind of wave my hand over the drinks and press the digitation, the temperature back up to hot.
Okay, good. That was a thing that was going to happen if you didn't. Because you got them like 4 hours ago.
Everything's fine.
Nothing like a morning murder for you to decide to get your coffee.
I'll
And then
warm
wait
up the
till
bread,
noon. Well, the bread was a
beckon-
little bit more fresh.
I
Sorry.
beckon the human elf to
Yeah.
follow us in.
Okay, yeah, he just follows you. He's like, wow, that's cool. I don't know if I've ever traveled by portal before, but that was cool. Is this a tower?
Oh, welcome to the Tower of the Ever-Living, Undying, Beautifully Immortal, Immortally Beautiful Zaxar the Magnificent, Lord of the Onyx Tower. What can we do for you today?
He goes, wow, that was a mouthful. This is the tower? This cool? I thought it'd be kind of bigger.
It's
But
bigger on the inside.
we are on the inside.
This is where it's bigger.
Oh. So it's smaller outside?
Yeah.
Okay. That's confusing, but okay.
Okay, Mr. Not Bunny Elf. Yeah, that's confusing.
I'm just saying, like, if it's smaller on the outside and it's bigger on the inside, how does that, like, physically work?
Well, I mean, we had to walk backwards to get here, so
Oh.
I
That
think
sounds
that's
just...
how it works.
That sounds confusing.
It's a confusing world we live in.
Right. Right.
Is Zaxar standing there like drinking a drink or what?
He's waiting for somebody to hand it to him. He's just kind of
Oh my
standing
God, you
there
guys.
patiently.
Hand him the drink now.
Oh, I'm gonna hand
You're the
him.
one that has them all.
Okay. He just, like, reaches out and he's like, oh, which one is mine? I don't like to drink out of other people's drinks.
You can have them all if you want.
Okay. I'll just have the one. Thank you. Which one was the pumpkin one?
One on the left.
He takes the one on the left. Thank you. Like, starts to sip at it and goes, wow, this is delightful.
Well, he's distracted by his drink. I want to cast Divine Sense.
Okay. One sec. And Divine Sense. What do I have to tell you? You pick up no scent of celestial aside from yourself. No fiend. No undead.
Okay.
Zaxar kind of sips at it and goes, on second thought, I will take the others as well. And just takes those and, like, takes them to the back of the room and, like, sets them down on a counter. And, he makes a motion with his hand and utters some words that none of you catch. He just mutters under his breath and then kind of walks back towards you guys and sipping the drink. Goes, so as my apprentice said, what can we do for you? And just kind of sips his drink. Yeah.
Great Zaxar, I have I look over at Hazel. I have a puzzle I wish your help in solving.
I like puzzles. Is it a magic puzzle or just puzzle?
I believe it's a magic puzzle. I cannot discern
Ooh.
anything else it might be.
I like magic. Around this time, you see Zaxar walking down the stairs at the far end of the room and walk over and grab one of the cups, drink it, and say, oh, this is delightful. And, like, turns around and walks back up the stairs. Zaxar is standing directly in front of you, says...
I was going to say another Zaxar.
yeah, he...
Okay.
He made magical copies of himself. Otherwise known as...
There's a spell for that.
Simulacrum.
Simulacrums, yeah.
Yeah.
He has simulacrums. And he just kind of looks at you and goes, what's the magical puzzle?
This, and I point to Hazel.
He looks at him, gives him a once-over, and looks back at you and just goes, well, he's a Harengon. I would guess somewhere in his 20s. Seems to have taken pretty well care of himself so far.
Wrong. He's an
except for the
elf.
clothes. No, he's not. He's very clearly a Harengon.
Ask him.
He, like, turns and looks at him. He's like, sir, what race do you hail from?
Self-described as.
And Hazel just looks at him and goes, has everybody gone crazy? I'm clearly human. You can tell because I have distinctly human, maybe elf, features. I got the pointy ears, so maybe that's elf. And everything else, 2 legs, 2 arms, eyebrows, whiskers, just like any human.
I
What?
don't want to do something, but I also want to see if Zaxar wants to figure it out himself.
Zaxar just, like, rests his hand under his chin and starts stroking at his beard a little bit and just, like, taking in all that is Hazel. As this is happening, another Zaxar walks down the stairs behind him, walks over and grabs the 2 remaining drinks and looks over towards Zaxar and says, I'm going to take these, take one to the workshop for Zaxar. And Zaxar says, no problem, Zaxar. Just try and keep it down. The last time, is he still... Never mind. You know what? I don't want to know. Make me something magical. And other Zaxar carrying 2 drinks walks back upstairs. And other Zaxar turns back towards you guys.
So
and goes,
many Zaxars.
well, this is interesting. Has anybody tried detecting magic yet?
I have. There's nothing.
Oh. Okay. But, are you magnificent?
I am not. I am but a humble Harengon bard.
Right. The correct answer is yes, by the way. If anybody asks you if you're magnificent, always yes.
I'm magnificent.
Remember that.
See? She gets it. He then casts Detect Magic, burning a spell slot because he doesn't want to waste time with 10 minutes. He can't fuck around that long.
Can't be bothered.
Exactly. And you see his brows kind of furrow, and he looks obviously confused, a little bit perturbed, and just goes, huh. All right. I see you. No magic indeed.
A week ago, he answered to Hazel as his name, my brother.
The Harengon, not Harengon, kind of looks over at you and just goes, he keeps saying that, but I've never seen him before in my life.
Hazel, knock it off.
He's an elf.
Hold on.
He's
Yeah,
been
okay.
spending most his life living in an elvish paradise.
Exactly, it's all he knows. Zaxar just kind of, leans back and rocks on his heels there for a second and goes, wow, that's interesting.
The situation or the song? Just for clarity.
The situation. Sorry, I tune her out most of the time. Living with her is very difficult to get any work done unless you
magnificent!
learn
Can you
specific
teach me?
skills. Yes, the trick is just pretend she doesn't exist unless you want something from her.
Aww.
Just kidding.
I mean,
I'm not kidding. So,
Sad.
would you like a cupcake?
Yeah. All better.
Okay. He magics you a cupcake using another spell slot.
Are they magic mana buns?
You could say that.
Man buns?
And he just kind of looks over and goes, "Wow, this is interesting. So, how far back does your memory go, sir?" And Hazel, not Hazel, says, as far back to my birth? It was, right. What's your first memory? Well, just kind of goes blank for a moment, and then 2 moments, then a minute.
Hazel.
Anybody interject at any point? Okay. He just kind of like looks towards you. What?
Do you remember this? I hold up my star charm.
Just kind of looks at it and just... No. Anyway, as I was saying, and then his face goes
Does it
blank.
look the same as the star charm that he already had in his pockets?
Does it?
Except mine is red.
So Hazel, not Hazel, says, as I was saying, and then turns back to Zaxar, and his face goes blank again. A minute goes by.
I think he's broken.
Have you
Then
seen
I've-
this before, Zaxar?
Zaxar is just kind of staring at him and then looks over at you and just goes, nah, this is some weird stuff. And then Hazel's like, and then they took it from my hands and they said, well, have yourself a great day. And they kind of nodded at me and I left. And then I was a little bit thirsty, so I went to my favorite tavern, got a drink, caught a card game, found an underground card game, started gambling, was winning a little bit, lost a little bit, won a little bit more, and now I've kind of just settled into a routine, where I just kind of gamble a little bit, go get some Thunderbucks, eat some bread, gamble a little bit more. It's an easy life.
And where's this gambling hall?
Oh, it's a like underground dive kind of place in Lilton. It's not strictly speaking legal. They don't pay taxes.
I'd like to get in on that action. Can you tell me?
Oh, absolutely. I'll take you right there. It'll be awesome. You can play cards. I'll take all your money because I'm the best. Sometimes. Depends if the cards are in my favor or not.
How do you know if they are?
I don't know. I seem to have just a sense around these things. Unless I'm losing, in which case then I don't have the sense around these sorts of things.
Wow.
The trick is to figure it out before the game, not during the game.
Yeah, you generally won't know until you either start winning or losing, though.
That sounds really hard.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's lots of nice people there. And they only break your fingers if you can't pay. But I can pay because I win a lot. So, I just got a running tab going.
So you've never had any broken fingers?
Nah, I don't lose that much. The trick is to gamble responsibly. You should never gamble what you're not willing to lose. It's a valuable life lesson. Take that with you. You can have it for free.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Much knowledge.
Such power.
By now, Zaxar is like massaging his temples. I don't understand.
I don't either.
So confused.
About what?
Can I keep him? Like, observe him for a while?
He's not mine.
Well, I mean, he's kind of lost, like a small child. I don't really want to release him back into the wilds. I want to see what's happening with him. I mean, of course, I don't own him, and I can't. I'm presumably none of you do. But I mean, if he's...
Can you keep him safe here?
Oh, sure. Nobody can leave
Everything
the tower
you
unless I want them to.
Yeah, everything you
Yeah.
want is here.
Insight check.
Yeah, make an insight check.
There's spectral servants to get him whatever he wants. Beds, baths, all the things. Almost all the things.
Yeah, that Zaxar, no sign of deception on him at all. You kind of get the impression that if anything, he's underselling it. She's like, yeah, this tower is magical and magnificent.
It's true.
Every floor you go up, it's a new floor. See how that works? And there's
Infinitely.
spectral servants. They get you whatever you want.
They don't make
All
very
right.
good cookies, though.
I want to try one more thing before
Okay.
we go. Before I agree to this.
1 sec. I have to resolve something real quick. That's fine.
This week's Rain brought to you by us.
You're welcome.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
They aren't.
Ever.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Anybody got a passive perception of 18 or higher?
Not I.
Yep.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Strawberry, you see this, but nobody else does. You see Al kind of tilt his head slightly.
Okay.
Anyway, Al, so you do that, and nothing happens. All right.
Alright, I'm gonna cast See Invisibility.
Interesting.
Witches and wizards, what spells have they cast? Yet it's my turn now. They surely won't last.
Zaxar just kind of chuckles. That's cute. Okay, so what you see is kind of nightmare-inducing. You see maybe 100 spectral servants just kind of crowding this room, just hanging out, and they're all just staring at everybody in the party and like anticipating whatever they need and trying to figure out like, does that person look like they have to go to the bathroom? Should I go and prep the water closet? That person looks thirsty. And so like one of them like floats off to go and get a drink, and like all of them are like trying their best to anticipate anybody's needs, but they're just sitting there and just staring. None of them blink because they're spectral servants. They don't need to. So it's very unsettling. So you see that.
Not expecting that. Do I see anything else?
You would see a book on a chain wrapped around Zaxar's waist. It appears to have a lock on the book as well.
But nothing with Hazel, nothing on him, nothing.
Nothing.
Alright, I'm gonna blink that vision out as quickly as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna last an hour. No, actually, I'll let it go for an hour. I'll let it go.
Oh, okay. Can you roll a D100 for me real quick?
Oh dear.
Oh, shit. I also need Eggman's insanity check.
Oh no. What's this check? Another D100?
D100, yeah. The 2 was for Strawberry. Oh, the 91's for Eggman.
Seems bad in both cases.
Really good or really bad?
Okay, D3, please. Two. Okay, D100 again.
I mean, Zaxar could do portals, right? Should we go, like, get your buddy Eggman out of insanity time, or...
And lastly, D10.
Eggman.
Sorry. This is Eggman.
No. I was responding to Valeria's question.
Oh, okay.
This is Zagman.
Some Eggman? I don't know.
He used to be with us, but then he jumped in a portal.
All
was
right, just
fun.
because it would be funny to actually tell you, or do you not want to know?
I'm curious now.
Yeah, I need to know whatever's happening
Okay.
now.
No,
in
just
the
me,
fu-
just me.
Okay. I'll just tell Meeps. Hold on.
Aww.
Go ahead and. Oh,
Okay, fine, because otherwise it would take me forever to type.
All right.
In the Far Realm, Eggman has become particularly attached to... Roll a d10.
This is gonna be fantastic.
Another one.
Yep. This is to find out the object. Oh,
I hope
excellent.
it's like a frog or something.
Eggman has
rock.
become particularly attached to a rock
Yeah.
that looks kind of similar to a two-leaf clover, or maybe it's just like a leaf, maybe, but with rounded edges. Anyway, he thinks it's his lucky charm.
It is.
Yeah.
No
It's
doubt.
lucky.
No diggity.
And that effect is going to last for the next 400 hours.
400 hours.
If he's ever 30 feet or more away from his lucky rock, he will have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
Really want to do a one shot to see what exactly happens to Eggman in the Far Realm.
We can
Let's
make it
just go
happen.
Get him. Oh my god, with Zaxxer's right here. He does portals. He could probably find person.
I mean, if you guys want to broach that topic, feel free. But you stave off insanity by watching the spectral servants, over the next hour. You're fine. A 2 is nothing. For what it's worth, most of the time, D100s are for severity. The more severe, the higher the number. So a 2 is quite literally the second least severe roll you could have possibly had. So you're totally fine.
I was just a little spooked.
Yep, a little spooky. You're seeing servants, and it's kind of disarming, it's kind of alarming when you're sitting there and seeing that, and all of a sudden, like, a spectral servant will disappear from, like, the invisibility, and they'll become, like, visible to everybody. It has, like, a distinct kind of change in their texture, but they're still there, and it's kind of creepy, and then other people, like, finally notice that spectral servant, so they react to it. It's a really weird feeling.
Yeah, the way it reads, ethereal creatures and objects appear ghostly and translucent.
Yeah. That's all you see there.
Strawberry over there staring into the Matrix.
Yeah, pretty much. Somebody took the red pill. He's gonna find out how deep this rabbit hole goes. So Zaxxar just is like, yeah, I mean, I could keep him here, study him a little bit, or not. I mean, obviously he's free to go on his own. And Hazel kind of is just like, I mean, I don't usually spend the night with, old men in a tower alone, but, I don't
You'll like
know.
it here. There's plenty of cupcakes.
I do like cupcakes.
I bet you could people watch.
Is there people?
I don't know, maybe you could just pull up like a special window or something.
There's a lot of books. And anything you want, almost.
I don't like reading.
It's so hard.
No, it's just
No?
not fun.
Oh, but there's books on gambling.
Oh. I could probably check those out. Could always
to
improve
win.
my technique.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'll stay for a little bit. I got some spare time. I got nowhere I, have to be. Sure. I'll maybe a day or two. Read these books about gambling.
Yeah, we'll start there.
Right. Yeah. No, that sounds fun. Kind of, in a roundabout way.
Sure,
But-
you'll make friends with the spectral servants.
Wait, there's spectral servants?
Here to get you whatever you need.
Awesome. Okay. Hold on. I want a whole chicken, cooked.
Oh, have a feast. You shall eat like kings tonight.
He like looks around. He's like waiting for a chicken to appear, and then a spectral servant kind of like floats through the wall, and like a chicken, fully roasted, it just appears on a platter in front of him, and he kind of floats down and sets it in front of him. He's like, "That is so cool." And he just starts eating the chicken like with his hands. He's like, "Oh, it's hot, but the juices are so good. Oh my god, this is really good, guys."
That never gets old, I promise.
Okay.
He was
This
a
is
vegan.
cool. It's like a vacation away from home.
Not anymore. Doesn't remember that, you see.
He just looks up, like mouthful of chicken. Sorry, remember what?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
Carry on.
Zaxar kind of like leans towards you guys and like still watching him like a hawk and just goes, "Where did you find this guy?"
He's my brother. I found him when he was born, but he was in Lilton whenever this happened.
Huh. Okay. Well, sounds like you've got a thread to tug on there. I'll keep him here for observation and I'll check back with you in a day or two. Oh, you know what? Here, hold on. Where's my manners? Zaxar? Just kind of like waits there for a second. Yeah, he's coming. It'll just be a second. So,
I'm Strawberry, by the way.
Ah.
Novelist of bards.
Strawberry.
Nice to meet you, Strawberry. I am Zaxar the Magnificent. You might know of
Of
me.
course you are.
I am a fine crafter of all magical things, including items, weapons, armor, spells, arcane focuses and tinctures. Pretty much anything that you should require, I can make it. And it'll be magic.
He has all the things.
Pretty much, yeah.
And a bag of chips.
Mm-hmm.
What are these chips? Chips of what? Chips of stone?
They're like a very thin slice of potato that you cook in an oil. You can put all kinds of seasoning on them and stuff, and it just changes the whole palate. It's amazing.
My ears lay back. That sounds incredible.
Do you like dill?
Spectral
Dill's my
servants.
favorite. Yes to dill or no to dill? What do you like? What flavor?
I don't know. I like it all. I like chips.
Okay, yeah. You heard the man.
Butter and salt.
Okay. Spectral servants start flying out of the walls, all carrying platters, and they set them down like on the table next to you, then on the stool next to you, then they just start piling on the floor. Probably about 40 or 50 different platters, which is really off-putting for you that you can see them when they're invisible. They just like seem to like slightly fade as they float into the wall, and then they come back in a slightly different shade, and then they set the food down in front of you and then just fade into invisibility again, but you can still see them. It's really off-putting. And they set down every flavor of chips that you can think of, from barbecue to dill to rabbit to chicken to cheese, pure butter flavor because you said butter first, and then there's like, yeah, all kinds of spices. You see them float over with the chips, and then they grab Zaxar's Thunderbucks and just pour like a good, couple of maybe tablespoons worth of the Thunderbucks with the pumpkin all over the chips, and then they cover it and like shake it up a little bit, and then they set that down. So you've got pumpkin coffee flavored chips. They get wild here. They throw down.
I'm attempting to taste every chip.
Okay, it's going to take a while. They're varying levels of delicious because Zaxar don't fuck around. Everything is awesome.
They're varying levels of delicious. Yeah. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Anyway. Zaxar just kind of goes, well, maybe that was a bit excessive, but you know what? They need the exercise. It's fine. They actually don't. They don't have bodies. They're made of magic.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of magic, where's Zaxar? He's kind of waiting there, and you see Zaxar stumbling down the stairs behind, and he goes, whoa. Zaxar, you gotta try this. Take that special rum you've been holding for the last 1,000 years or so, put like a shot worth in this drink. Dude, it's a game changer. And Zaxar's like, wow. Okay, I'm gonna try that. That sounds really good. Anyway, did you bring it? It's like, yeah. Oh, here you go. And he hands him, what could be best described as a rock. And he takes the rock, like, reverently in his hands, and he goes, all right, who wants it?
Are you giving away a rock?
Mm-hmm.
I want a rock!
Okay. Don't drop it. It's very fragile. It will break. And he hands it to you. It's a stone. And as you look at it, it's... hold on, let me get the actual description. Okay. Maybe... Do I even have a picture? I might have a picture for it, too.
Is it gonna hurt me? Is it gonna change me into a frog again?
I'm just thinking of Hagman's Rock.
No, that was a one-time thing. This is what the stone looks like, only that symbol is actually just a big Z. Okay, that's awesome. He hands you a stone with a big Z on it. It also doesn't look red. It just looks like mundane, like a rock, like a mundane gray rock. And he just goes, well, this is what's called a sending stone. You can use this to cast the sending spell, and it will connect to me.
Ooh.
Yes. Fair note. I can contact you through it, and it has a really obnoxious ringtone that I haven't figured out how to change.
Hello? Hello?
No, I have to actually use the other half. And then it'll ring.
Okay.
And then we can communicate through it.
I like it.
Strictly speaking, it's on loan. I will require that back.
Okay. I'll try not to die, okay?
Sure, yes, do that. If you should require me or would like your friend thing back, you can contact me through the sending stone, and if I have spell slots remaining, I will try to deposit him closest to you as long as I have a broad knowledge of the area. So maybe don't go, in the middle of a lake or in a volcano or something, because I haven't been there. I won't be able to reach you.
I try never to go in volcanoes.
Yeah, it's hot. It's real hot.
Thank you, Zaxar. You truly are magnificent.
I told you.
I'll put this in my pocket.
Okay. Take the sending stone, put it in your pocket. Okay, that looks really fucking cool. Needs color, and then it'll be fucking epic. Yeah, sorry. Oh, and a hat, yeah. So Zaxar just kind of looks at you guys and goes, well, I shall keep your friend here under observation and keep him under great care. He shall want for nothing. And he just kind of looks up, like, again, with chicken in his mouth, goes, well, I can have anything? Yeah, even if you want to gamble, too, the spectral servants will gamble with you, too. They also know how to play dragon chess and all kinds of games. You shall not lack for entertainment here. Also, you should keep this in mind, Valeria and company. He will be watched literally 24/7. I don't require as much sleep as I once used to when I was a lot younger, and even if I did have to sleep, Zaxar could watch him for a little bit. And if he has to sleep, Zaxar will watch him. And if he has to sleep, then Zaxar will watch him.
That's not creepy at all.
No, it's not. It's magnificent.
Wake up to like 4 Zaxars staring down at you.
Yeah. What are you doing?
It's like, wait, you didn't used to watch me when I slept, right?
No. You're my
No.
apprentice. You don't do anything interesting.
That's
Except for that one
true.
thing that you did when you turned into the frog. That was kind of interesting. I
That
had to
was
watch you for a little.
enlightened.
Residual effects of the magic sometimes happens.
No.
Just have to. Anyway,
Yeah, not like
Could
frog.
you give me some idea of what you might be trying on him to figure this puzzle out?
I'm just gonna strictly watch him for at least 12 hours, see what he does, kind of. Once he settles in, how does he act, mannerisms, etc. And then I'm gonna write some notes, and then maybe I'll try certain exposures and see how he reacts to those, and see how normal he is. Maybe I'll sit down with him, have him lay on a couch, and I'll talk to him about his feelings and his experiences, and see if I can work some things out. Just give him the whole spectrum.
Try to get him right in the back in the right headspace.
That would be the goal. Between us, he just kind of looks over and just sees Hazel just mowing down on the chicken. He's just like polishing bones at this point. He's devoured it. Between us, he doesn't seem right. Like, even if he was telling the truth, the fact that he doesn't seem to recognize you. I mean, I don't know you from a hole in the ground. You could be lying. You could be some nefarious person that, collects strange creatures and sells them to menageries. It's happened. And really,
Twice.
yeah. And really, with people the way they are, you think you know somebody, and then they, summon a legion of, squid-faced monsters to take over the entire world. It can happen. Nobody sees it coming. It happens. So, I'm not trying to judge you here, and I'm trying to look at you at face value. But he definitely seems off, even including all of that potential mess that you've got going on with you. Sorry, you seem taken aback. I just assume everybody's going to bring apart. Fuck, my words are killing me. Bring about the end of days. Yeah. Because I didn't one time, and then it did, and now that's my state of just meeting everybody. They're gonna end the world. When's it gonna happen?
I've not yet ended the world.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm gonna go and
Magic.
say hi to Hazel.
Okay. He just looks up at you, and he's got a chicken bone in his mouth. Like, have you tried this? It's delicious.
I know it is.
It's awesome.
All right, Hazel, you're gonna stay here for a few days.
1 sec. He just kind of looks at you, and you get a faint sense that, like, there's a very faint glimmer of recognition for, like, half a second, and it's gone. He goes, why do you keep calling me that? That's not my name.
Well, you didn't ever give us a name, so I decided to call you Hazel.
Is it a skin color thing? Is that you calling me like a thing based on my skin color?
The shoe fits.
Seems a little racist, doesn't it?
I think that'd be colorist.
Seems a little colorist, don't you think? Thanks, strange guy.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, my name is Strawberry, named after my luscious red fur.
He just looks at you and goes, huh. Fur. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Well, Raspberry, it's been nice to meeting you, and I will see you later or another time.
All right, I'll see you another time.
All right. Did you want... never mind. Later.
Let us go, Raspberry.
That's his little jab of payback for the torture the grip has put him through. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to hand a loaf of bread and 20 pounds of iron ingots to Zexar.
Zaxar just kind of looks at you and goes, what's that for?
Well, you said you wanted some bread, and also listed the iron as something you wanted for some project.
Oh, you must be thinking of Zaxar. He pulls a little notepad out of his robe and then a quill and just starts making notes as he starts watching Hazel, not Hazel. He's upstairs.
Any
Probably.
idea which floor?
One of them. We've got to be here somewhere. He's like intentively like not looking at you as he's just watching Hazel.
Mm-hmm. How can I tell which Zaxar is which? You guys were like colored
No.
necklaces or something?
No, we
You
pretty
also
much
a
all...
colorist.
we all kind of look the same. That's the wonderful part about a simulacrum is we look identical. It's kind of the point, if you ask me.
Okay.
You'd think somebody of your magic might know that. Just saying.
Well, I haven't gotten to the point that I can cast that spell yet. So.
Well, still, you're no chump. Well, comparatively speaking, I mean.
I'm nothing compared to you. I mean,
Well,
Clearly.
nobody is. I'm magnificent. And magic.
I will go searching for Zexar.
Okay. You walk up the steps, and it's just a spiral hallway that perpetually goes up and slightly to the left as it just winds around and around the tower. Every probably 60 or so steps, there's a door on your left.
Okay. I will start knocking and
Okay.
poking my head in.
Okay. How long do you wait before you poke your head in after the knock? You like give it a second, or is it one of those things where like, you know, your mom wants to see if you're, you know, doing your homework or whatever, and they knock, and within like a second they open up the door, see if they're catching you on your computer or something? Not that I
I'll
would
wait
have
a
any
good-
experience with that.
No,
Go away,
not at all. I'll wait a good 10 seconds before poking my head
Okay.
in.
So the first door that you knock at, no response. You poke your head in, and you see a massive, sprawling library. It's kind of crazy, because it looks at least 300 feet wide and goes on as far as you can see. Which,
Okay.
I mean, seems like physically wouldn't fit in the tower.
Yeah, it is bigger on the inside. Huh. Moving on.
Okay. You make your way up, and you knock on the next door, and you just hear, "Yeah, what?"
Were you the Zaxar that needed bread and iron?
Nah, your princess is in another castle. Move along now.
I move along.
You just hear chuckle from behind the door. You go to the next door, you knock, there's no response. You open it. Okay, inside you see Zaxar. He has some sort of apparatus covering his ears, and he's working with a flint and steel over what appears to be, well, for you guys to get a frame of reference, like a Bunsen burner. And he's like sparking it, and all of a sudden a big flame shoots out, and it scorches off his eyebrows and a little bit of his hair as he pats it down, and then makes a magical motion, and his hair kind of grows back and the eyebrows grow back. And he just continues working and grabs like a potion and starts pouring some liquid into it. Doesn't seem to have noticed you at all.
Okay. I will point at him and cast a message.
Okay.
Hey, are you the Zaxar that needed bread and iron?
You see him just kind of like stop what he's doing, slowly set down his stuff, and then like look one way and then look back the other way and see you at the door, and kind of takes the apparatus off of his head and goes, yeah, hey, that was me. You got it?
Cool. Hey. Yeah.
Hey! Awesome. Thanks, I needed these. He kind of sets them down and then drops one of them in the vial that he was working on, and it like immediately liquefies. I'm working on potions.
What kind of potions are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out a way to turn somebody from stone back into a regular person, but with like a bomb kind of thing, and I haven't got the consistency quite right. I could do it with a magical spell, no problem. Just walk over and bing, bang, boom, magical incantation, touch them, they're good. But I'm thinking of like something that'll hold its magic, give it a good rub down, and yeah, that sort of thing. Unsweetened tea? Ah, okay. That's a big-ass bottle. I thought for a second it was like a jug of wine that you were drinking there for a second. I wasn't going to say anything.
I was thinking whiskey.
I'm in need.
A mega pint.
Interesting.
Sunny D.
We
Awesome.
actually saw a
Apparently this party
little
just fucking hates
circle.
glasses, eh?
Yeah,
Fuck silverware, plates, glasses, all of that shit. We're fucking savages here, alright?
Yeah.
Alright, only two of us are savages, apparently.
Notice the fact that it's plastic. You
Yeah.
probably want to get some of this with a cat.
Yeah.
Exactly, deciding vote.
Ah, there you go.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Back to Al and Zaxar. So he's just like, yeah, obviously there's spells I could do it, but I'm thinking of something I can make in more of a assembly kind of thing and sell to the masses. You know, last 100 years or so we've been seeing more gorgons and stuff like that, basilisks and the like.
Yeah, we during our travels we saw a circle of people that I have a feeling met some kind of fate like that.
It happens more often than you'd think. Oftentimes, you know, you'll go to a manor and you'll be like, oh man, that's an awesome looking statue. I wonder how they got that grisly scowl of terror in such perfect detail. Turns out, most of the time, it's just a basilisk or a gorgon. Sometimes people actually like that stuff, you know, made out of a statue and stuff, but more often than not, petrify. Yeah. People don't think about that. It's a thing.
It is
Magic.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the good kind of magic.
Yeah.
I'm doing it's the good kind of magic.
Yeah, like I'm working on here. That's what the iron ingots are for, you see. I'm testing it on this liquid before I make it into a bomb. The problem is right now this appears to just eat through it completely, and I'm trying not to kill the person. So I'm looking to soften that and like change them back and not completely dissolve them.
Kind of one of those cures worse than the condition kind of things.
Well, unless you planned on being eaten by a incredibly aggressive, acidic kind of liquid, then yes.
Wasn't on the top of my list, no.
Ultimately, what I'm really trying to figure out here is if those people retain their memories. And if they do, how long has passed? Was it like they blinked and all of a sudden 1,000 years has passed, or 100, or however long they've been in stone? Or do they see everything while they're a statue? These are the questions that keep me up at night. Well, not me.
That's
Other
trippy.
Zax are. And the other Zaxar. And the other Zaxar.
You don't sleep or you don't stay awake?
No, I
Or
sleep.
dream? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of sleep. We don't need as much, though. I mean, when you get... Fuck, how old am I now? Anyway, the older you get, the less sleep you need, apparently. It's just a thing. I miss the days when I was just a baby. At the cradle or the tit. I could sleep like a baby for 20 hours. And you just
Those
cry
were
a
the
little bit.
days.
Yeah, you're good. Yep. Then my parents were killed.
Jay, you clearly have experience with babies.
No, that's
Yeah,
the point. Zaxar
out of
is so
character.
far out of touch that he just has no fucking clue. Also,
Yeah, out of
I'm going
character,
off
I
of
wonder how
character
little
traits
sleep
from...
I'm gonna need.
Yeah, right? I'm going off of character traits from a character that was made like 2 years ago here. I've got the character notes and how he would act, and I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. Anyway.
Is he
So,
too busy to come play his character?
This character's no longer in his control. That's what happens at the end of campaigns, man. Your PCs become my NPCs.
I can't wait for him to run into him. I think that'll be hilarious.
Oh, I'd like you to play Valeria. I'd like to see that.
If she survives.
Hey now, Straw Buddy.
Funny story. The other group did get the mission first because they were closer, but they chose not to take it. They chose to take another job first, and then it kind of like expired, so it went to the Dressy Mercenary Company, and then you guys did take it. So they could have come here and met him, but they didn't. Anyway.
Oh, this mission. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always kind of wondered why it was on us since it's so much closer to them.
Because they had the job for like 8 in-game days and didn't do it.
Hmm.
So it passed to the other Merc Company. That's what happens when you guys don't do a job and they want it done. It gets sent to another Merc Company. Unless another group in your company does take the job. Which does happen, like the assassination mission you guys were given. That happened.
Or the heist.
Yep. That
You
too.
don't know about a heist. What are you talking about?
Both of those missions were undertaken by a different group in the Mercenary Company. And if you guys ever go back, you can ask what happened and you might hear about it. Anyway.
Yeah, I have another question to ask the group about at some point.
All right.
Which reminds me, I need to put notes down for those.
So you find Zaxar and you give him your iron ingots. Anything else you want to do with him, or are you heading back down to join the party?
Oh, I have another couple questions for him.
Sure.
So, the bee guy.
Oh, yeah.
He cast a spell on us
Mm-hmm.
at one point to kind of guarantee compliance with his deal, I'm assuming.
Did you take a job
Yeah.
and then he cast a spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a binding contract.
What would happen if one were to dispel that?
Well, assuming you could, if you were powerful enough, it would possibly just get rid of the spell, no lingering effects, or it could trigger the condition on the spell, which could be bad depending on what he set for it. I mean, really, anything could happen, and knowing him, maybe it casts confusion on you, maybe it casts power word death, maybe it casts time stop. Who knows? Unfortunately, you'd have to ask him.
Maybe it casts prestidigitation and makes you spicy.
It could do that too.
I'm not there. That was just me metagaming.
I know, that was me metagaming back. Zaxar didn't actually say that. But Zaxar would let you know, basically, when you attain a certain level of magical prowess. If you come back, I will show you how to do this particular spell. It's something I figured out how to do about 600 years ago or so, and he must have learned it as well. Basically, when you make an agreement, spoken aloud, you can cast the spell, and it will magically bind all parties of the contract together, and if anybody should break the contract, then whatever spell has been infused with this binding contract will immediately activate. For those particularly nefarious, it would be safe to assume he is that particularly nefarious. The spell will then reset at dawn until whatever conditions of the contract are completed. If you have an inkling of what the effect is that will happen if you don't comply, then maybe you can take precautions. For example, if you would be polymorphed, I would suggest sleeping on a beach. Because if you break the condition and you get polymorphed into a fish, you could just flop into the lake and not suffocate to death on the beach. But if you were to go to bed in, a bed and get polymorphed into a fish, you would immediately suffocate. Which could be weird. Yeah. Although that doesn't seem as particularly meddlesome now that I think about it, because you would just revert back to your normal form. It could be problematic if you're in the middle of a fight, though. And you're just like, I'm going to run up and stab this guy. I'm a fish now. It could happen. Or any variation of, indeed. Carp, indeed. You could set a fireball off at your feet. You could open a dimension door right below you to the top of a mountain and, fall down, miles and miles, knowing that your death is impending and just doing nothing but being able to stare at the ground and wondering, how long is this fall going to take before you hit the ground? Who knows?
So is the effect always the same?
Oh, it depends on the caster.
Well, no, like if it were to reset, would it always be the same?
Yes. If he tied it with a polymorph, then, and it does reset. Some are one time, some reset. Depends on how many magic spell slots he used. He could, reset every day, and it would just do the spell. But hypothetically speaking, if it was a polymorph spell, and you're in the middle of a combat, and you're like, I'm going to go stab this guy, and then you get turned into a fish, you can be rest assured that until the next dawn, you won't be turned back into a fish again, because it does have to reset. There are limitations to magic, after all. I made the spell. I kind of regret it, but, such as it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't regret it. Magic is wonderful. I can't be held accountable for everybody that uses it, but it is bad that he knows it. Yeah. Anyway, the easiest way to deal with it, if you don't want to take the risk at trying to dispel it, if you have the power to dispel it, is to just complete the contract. And you'll know because you'll feel a lightning. Not lightning like thunder and lightning. I mean, you will feel lighter, like a weight lifted off your shoulders when it is complete. And the spell will no longer have a hold on you.
Okay.
Fuck. Now the only thing in my brain that's playing is right now is like, I put a spell on you. Fuck.
Really? I'm hearing Galileo.
Thank you.
Figaro.
Thank you so much.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening.
Very frightening.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. You're right. That one's a good one too.
Yep.
But also, I put a spell on you.
Also, greased lightning.
Oh, that's a good one too. I loves me a good musical.
Yep.
Good musical. The new Cats sucked. Don't waste your time.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Anyway. I think that's all I got for him.
All right. Well,
for now.
Safe travels.
So I guess I should probably ask everybody else before I ask you this, but Would you be able to send us back to Lilton?
Yeah, sure. Zaxar could probably do it. I'm busy.
Which Zaxar would this be?
Ha. Yeah. He kind of like looks up for a second, mutters something under his breath. The one entertaining your friends has 3 spell slots remaining for the day. He can take care of it for you.
Okay.
Why does he only
Well,
have
then,
3 spell slots? What is he doing? Anyway.
I think he's investigating the strange situation going on with our friend's friend.
There's a strange situation going on with your friend's friend?
Yeah, he's got some kind of a memory issue.
Memory issue. Interesting. Show me. He like sets down his stuff and like gets up and starts walking over to you.
Okay. Right this way. And
All right.
Walk back down to everybody else.
Follows you down, and as you go down the stairs, you realize that he stopped following you for a second as you kind of like look back, and he's like knocking on a door, and you just hear, "What?" He's like, "Come on, something interesting apparently." The other one's like, "Ugh, okay, hold on." After maybe about a minute, another Zaxar opens up the door holding a towel around his waist, and he's like, "A guy can't even have a luxury bath anymore? Jeez." He comes walking down the stairs holding a towel, and they get down one more floor and they knock on the library door. Nobody answers. Opens up and he casts thaumaturgy and just yells, "Hey, come downstairs." In the far end, you just see like a flicker of light, and then Zaxar casts Dimension Door from the other side of the library to the near door, and 3 Zaxars follow you down the stairs. They walk over and you join your party with 3 Zaxars as they go walk and like lean over the shoulder of the other Zaxar who's writing stuff in his notebook. It's a really strange sight to see 3 Zaxars looking over Zaxar's shoulder as he's writing in the notebook and like staring at this creature, and they all are intently reading and then look up at the creature and watch what he's doing. And then they all kind of like look down as the Zaxar that was writing continues writing stuff and then looks up as they're studying his behavior. They wouldn't have known until you opened that bag of cats.
I was kind of curious as to how they know what each other knows.
They cast a spell. Yeah, it's a cantrip, but yeah.
Share memory.
Not really. You can learn it later if you want. If you ever get Simulacrum. Anyway, so the Zaxars have now joined the party downstairs.
While they're all kind of focused on that, I'm going to kind of get back to the rest of the group and be like, so are we going to head back and figure out what's going on with the murders, or what's our plan?
Well, we have that other task too.
Which other task?
That B gave us.
B guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we can do that at this point yet.
Those villagers are suffering. We should help them. Shouldn't we?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
We aren't going to do a break, are we?
I was waiting for a narratively convenient time. As soon as you guys decide what you're going to do, that's when we're going to take a break.
I mean, we've only got 45 minutes left.
I really have to piss. I've been holding it for about 45 minutes. Aww. It's about the cutest fucking things I've seen in the last like 30 minutes, mostly because I can't see my cat. But also yours is kind of cuter.
Oh my god, my cat just tried to take off with some leftover salmon, just dragging it across the floor when I saw her. So I had to get up and run after her.
That's
I'm wondering where you went.
kind of adorable.
Okay, so I think we've decided we're going back to Lilton as soon as they
Okay.
get
to the village people.
So, as soon as you make that known to the Zaxars, one of them just kind of looks over and goes, "Yeah, okay, yeah, fine," and opens up a portal, which leads you back into the center of Lilton.
With our horses?
If you want them.
I mean, I could just summon mine anytime, really, but I don't know if the other people want.
I'll bring mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, I'll get
So,
mine.
Spectral servants bring, was it 3 horses? Up from the stables.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, well, 3, we had 3 plus your summoned, I think? Or was it 2 plus the summoned?
It was 3.
3.
Okay.
Bebop, Bojangles, and Jasper. Okay. So, those 3 horses get pulled up from the stables, brought over. Zaxar opens up a portal for you. You guys find yourselves in the center of Lilton. Anything you want to do, or can we go to break?
Let's go break.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God, I've got a piece so bad.
So I got about 10 minutes of dialogue.
Hey, stream, we'll see you in like 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, watch these ads. Love you.
Oh my.
All right, and we're back. Sorry, stream, you missed the most awesome thing ever that I'm not going to tell you about, and we're just going to move on past it like it didn't happen, even though it totally did, and we all saw it. Anyway, so you've all been teleported. Yeah, you've all been teleported back to the center of Lilton, where there is a crowd that has kind of dispersed, but obviously a portal opening in the middle of the day. Not something they see every day, and now they've seen it 3 times in the last 24 hours. So people are a little bit like, what the fuck? But, it's something that they're not really putting too much of their mind to. But as you step through, a couple of guards walk up to you, and they say, is this going to be a regular thing? Like, I don't want to impede your mercenary business here, but okay, we're gonna put up some ropes then. We don't want to have people walking through and portal open up in the middle of them, you know.
It's a good idea.
And he waves over to a couple of guards who walk over and put a couple of fluorescent colored cones in this center of the area, cutting off a 10-foot square. Yeah, that'll do. People, I mean, if they walk through that now, they've got it coming. Anyway, how are you? We're gonna go back to work. They just turn and
Have fun.
walk away.
Yes, keep an eye out for murderers.
Yeah, we've stepped up patrols. We will do that. Thank you. You're left in the middle of Lilton. What would you like to do?
Has
What
it
time
been
of day
an
is
hour?
it?
About an hour and a half has passed, so I would say it's roughly 1:32 in the afternoon.
Roughly one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's afternoon. It is
Yeah.
not yet sleepy time.
No,
it.
we're not
14
even
seconds.
close. Yeah, 15 seconds, 16 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds. See how time works?
Crazy.
You guys were only at Zaxxar's for about an hour and a half, so. What'd you like to do?
Alright. I see 2 things we can help this town with. There's apparently the underground gambling ring where something nefarious is going on, or the murders, which is really probably more important.
Murders would probably be more important. For now, anyway.
But we have a murder plan. Not for us to murder people, but
Not us, guards that are still
not us.
They're not paying attention to you. You guys are mercs.
Remotely. In the evening time, which is not now, we're going to sit there with a cloak. And then you guys will maybe watch me from afar, and then people maybe will come and try to kill me. And maybe Xylophone Xavier Zaza, who we call Triple X now.
Lex, got it.
We just call him Vin for short.
Yeah.
All right.
Family.
Family.
He's
All
done
right.
some movies,
Plays. Movies don't exist.
plays.
There you go.
Alright. I'm gonna pull out the.
Did you guys see
So I
Fast
laid-
and
Hold out.
Furious? It's
I-
got a all Harrington cast. Sorry, I'll stop.
Did you ever come up with a map for the city in the week that you said you'd come up with a map for the city?
with murder spots on it.
See,
That's a no.
about that,
If you would only
the short
donate.
answer is no, and the long answer is no. I forgot. So
So I've got this map of a place that doesn't exist.
hey, it exists in your mind. I mean, yeah, you have a map. You have murder locations all over the city marked on it. I don't have a visual to show you for that, but if you're still in Lilton next week or week after, I will definitely have one made. I'm writing it on a sticky note right now and putting it on my monitor.
Does there appear to be a pattern?
Oh, no, it just says make map for that cunt, Drew.
I meant the map, but thank you for sharing.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, I get it, because you're the Tuesday
Well,
group.
no, the Tuesday after that.
Yeah, so it's two
See you
ends.
next Tuesday.
My bad.
Yeah.
I do have an
Love
egg
you.
went to intelligence, so.
Awesome. Sorry, what was the actual question?
Oh, is there like a pattern to the murders?
Make an intelligence check.
Thank God it's not me.
Can I also try to deduce a pattern?
Sure, you can also make an intelligence check. Okay. 9
Let's
or
go
12.
Never mind.
Nah, if you're going to guidance yourself, you got to do it before you make the roll. Okay, so looking at the map, it does not appear that there's a pattern. It seems kind of random. You've had it marked down like which body came first, around the roughly time of day, and they appear to be dispersed throughout the city. Not even in an even pattern kind of way. It's very random. The only thing that you know is that every victim was wearing a fine black cloak.
So I was reading this while you were talking to make sure that I could do it, but I guess it's too late now since you talked.
Right.
I have inspiration that I was going to use.
Yes, theoretically you could use it, but it has to be before I say the result. And it doesn't mean, in this case, you couldn't just be like, hey, let me take that 20. You'd have to roll again, and I would take the first roll. Think about it this way. If we were sitting at a table, you'd only be rolling 1d20, and then you would say, I'm going to use my inspiration, and you'd re-roll the d20, and you'd pick the higher number. You wouldn't just automatically roll 2d20s. We only do that because it's faster if you guys have advantage or disadvantage to click a button once as opposed to twice.
So there's there's bardic inspiration and inspiration, and they're separate?
Yeah, so inspiration that's granted by the DMs for specifically like RPing certain things or whatever is basically like a lucky. You can use it on any roll at any time, as long as you do it before I tell you the result. And then bardic inspiration is you're just D6 or D8, whatever level you are, to add to
D8.
whatever. Oh, look at you. You got a boss right here.
Which I don't believe you're the kind of bard that can give it to yourself.
Yeah. A creature other than myself.
Mm. And no attack rolls, right?
Ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Right, but not damage. That's, I think, Valor only?
Valor only is the melee. I think they all have extra to spell or healing.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's,
Anywho, so yeah, seemingly random throughout the city. And the only thing you know is that they were wearing a fine black cloak.
were they all about the same time of day?
No, some were found in the, none were found in broad daylight. But the bodies...
The one we found?
Yeah, except for the one that you just found literally like the day before, but that had been dead for 6 to 9 hours. So the actual murder occurs after sundown, before sunup. When the bodies were found is, it could be somewhat random depending on how the body was hidden, if it was hidden, the situation of it, etc.
Well, since we have 2 cloaks, maybe we split up and see if someone attacks us.
Pretty sure I read someplace that you're not supposed to split the party.
Maybe we
I think that
won't.
might have been in our bylaws for our mercenary company.
But
Maybe
if
we-
the attacks are all over,
Only the Marvel Mercenary Company has that specific rule.
Oh, okay.
Because they are descended from the Merivaldi family. Get it? It's in the name.
Yes.
Yeah. For those that don't know, the Merivaldi family was 2 members of the last party that took place 1,000 years ago, and they had a book of rules. Rule 2 was never split the party.
Well, maybe we don't have to. We can have someone on each side of a building be the bait, and everyone else can be in the building or on top of the building waiting.
Very clever.
That's smart.
Smart bunny.
Big brain energy.
Go team.
That's pretty smart.
But it's midday and it's not the nighttime yet, so
You could still prepare.
yeah. Do we have everything we need for all like the killing times that we're gonna have to do, or
I think I'm ready.
I could use some ball bearings.
yeah.
It'd be easy enough to get.
Yep. General store would have them. There is a general store close to you called... Hold on.
Randomizer?
No.
No, that's the name, the randomizer.
No, it's there's actually a place that's already been established in the world. So I have to find it.
Should I message Lauren and ask him what the name of it is?
Okay. Sorry, I have to amend something. I just saw it.
I hand Jive Bunny some caltrops from my bag.
The jewelry store is actually called the Jeweler's Loom.
Jordan's whole fucking story. Why are you even playing?
I know, right?
What was it?
The Jeweler's Loom. Yeah, sorry. The general store that I had here, the only one that had been mentioned so far, actually was formerly known as Helga's Goods, which Strawberry would know is now known as Thunderbucks. It used to be a general store. Helga was murdered, and then it was taken over and turned into a coffee shop /
So what's
general
the
store.
I have
Shopkeeper's name at the jeweler's loom instead of Paris, or is it Paris?
It is Paris.
Okay.
It is Paris still, but it's the Jeweler's Loom, not Paris Emporium.
So is there a Paris Emporium?
Nope. That was a Freudian slip. That's what happens
Jive
when
Bunny.
you're keeping notes on 2 different notepads and you don't cross-reference before the game.
Jive Bunny. Do you want these caltrops or what? I've got bags of caltrops here.
I'm pointedly ignoring her.
I start jumping around. Jive Bunny! Jive Bunny! Jive Bunny!
I'm gonna go look for a general store.
Okay. Do you want to go to Thunderbucks? They are still a general store, or there also is another one in the vicinity.
The other one in the vicinity.
Okay. That would be Cornaith Goods.
Spell that?
Cornaith.
I cast Hold Person on him.
Okay, what's your save DC? And then Strawberry, you gotta make a save.
Is it wisdom?
Let me look. I think so.
It's wisdom.
Hold person is wisdom. Okay. What's your DC? Valyria. Spell save DC. It'll be on your spellcasting page on the very top.
15.
Okay, so you feel your body start to tighten up a little bit, Strawberry, but you're able to shrug off the effects and You definitely know that somebody tried to cast a spell on you.
So wise.
I'm gonna turn around and ask her, would you kindly go away? Cast suggestion.
I'm already
Okay.
looking somewhere else, like I didn't do it.
Yeah, you still got to make a save though. It's charisma or wisdom.
Wisdom 16.
All right, make a wisdom save.
Do I get my own plus? Is it +4 to saves?
Are you within 10 feet of yourself?
That's actually a valid question for her.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you shrug off the effects of the suggestion. You know somebody tried to cast a spell on you.
I just stare at him.
I roll my eyes and go on looking for the general store.
Okay, Cornaith Goods is pretty easy to find. Inside you find a tall elvish man, completely bald, who's just kind of standing there at the desk looking bored. And as you walk in, he just kind of snaps to attention and looks at you and goes, "Oh, customers, right. Hi, welcome to Cornaith Goods. I'm Cornaith. What can I grab for you?"
Do you happen to have any wire?
Wire. Copper wire? Or...
Something thicker, maybe steel. Right.
Do you want it braided or not?
Braided.
Braided steel wire. Give me a second while I try and find out. Is that actually a thing? There's battle wire. Sure, fuck it. I'll steal that. He pulls out a long spool of thin steel of braided wire. It's delicately woven together like a braid, nearly 8 feet long. It appears thick enough to be swung around and be durable, but thin enough to be sharp and concealable. So if you wanted to use it like a garrote, you could totally do that. The ends are weighted cylinders of metal, making the weapon ideal for slashing out like a whip. It kind of resembles a steel jump rope, and it can be used with 1 or 2 hands.
And how much for this?
10 gold pieces would do.
Oh, surely now we could work out a better deal than that if I agree to purchase something else as well.
Make a persuasion check. He just kind of like leans forward and puts his hands on the desk and goes, "Well, I guess that depends on what else you would be needing."
How about ball bearings and caltrops?
Ball bearings and caltrops. Yeah, we could definitely find you that. Ball bearings is 1 copper per. And caltrops is 5 copper per, or a bag of 20 for 1 gold. A bag of ball bearings is a bag of 1,000 for 1 gold, by the way.
Okay.
So it's 0.1 copper per. So you can either buy them individually or in a bag of 1,000, and the caltrops are individually or bags of 20.
Why is the bag 1 gold and they're each 5 copper? That doesn't...
What?
The aura of protection does include me for future reference, so I should have added maybe a +4 to that, but...
Okay.
I think it automatically did because you have a +4 wisdom,
Yeah.
not a +8 wisdom.
And you had a +8, so it automatically...
Oh,
calculated
okay.
that. So, let's see. What's 20 times 5 copper?
100 copper, which is gold.
So, divided by 10, is 1. Yeah, it's the same price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to convert down from gold to silver to copper to get there, but yeah, same price. They're just conveniently priced.
Okay, so 100 copper is 1 gold?
No. Yes.
Okay.
I always do my calculations in steps. I never skip silver. That's
Gotcha.
confusing.
Okay. I'll take a bag of each.
Okay.
Heaven forbid you go from platinum to copper.
Oh God, don't do this to me. So the bag
or
of
even worse,
caltrops is
electrum.
electrum doesn't exist. Stop with that witchcraft. It's mentioned in one adventure and never mentioned in any other 5e resource I've ever seen. Why even include it? Anyway, one bag of caltrops is 1 gold, one bag of ball bearings is 1 gold, and then the battle wire is 10 gold. So he says, I could do the whole lot for 11.
11. Look here, I've got 10 right here on the counter. We can take it in part ways.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, but 10 it'll have to be, I suppose. And he kind of slides the 2 bags over towards you and collects the gold.
So I got a battle wire, a bag of caltrops, and a bag of ball bearings.
Yeah. Remind me about the battle wire later, and I will add it to your inventory. I'm going to have to create the item in Beyond.
Okay.
If you want to see it in the meantime, this is the stats of it.
Okay.
Cool. So, what else are you guys doing to prepare?
Did anyone even come to the general store with me?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start walking in a figure 8 again.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take a nap in, like, I don't know, a nearby alley because I'm very sleepy.
Okay.
So who has the cloaks? I know Valeria's got one.
I have the other one.
Do you two want to be the bait? Two seem to be the hardiest of the group.
I can do that.
I shall smite out evil wherever
You're
it
having a
is.
nap.
After my nap.
You literally said you're having a nap. Come on, man.
I thought he, like, woke me up like he was talking to me.
He didn't say he did.
All right. Where are you having a nap?
In an alley.
Right here in this safe alley.
All right.
In broad daylight.
Right.
Between 2 buildings. That's what an alley is. Sorry. I'll stop pot stirring. For now.
All right. I'm prepared.
Okay. Well, then we will pick up next week. Week after next week. Give you guys time to figure out what your actual plot is going to be. Take the next, 2 weeks to figure out a plan so we don't spend the first 30 minutes going, I walk in a figure 8. I'm going to have a nap. Come up with a general idea. And we'll pick up there. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the Twitch stream. We go live every 6:30 to 10-ish on Mondays and 6 to 9 on Tuesdays. And don't forget, this week we'll be having another Mutual Misunderstanding, possibly with a special guest, on Thursday. Roughly 6:30 start, and then we'll stop whenever we run out of things to talk about, or we get bored of each other, or whatever happens. We'll be talking about D&D. Probably with a DM slant this week. We'll see. And Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, if you got Twitch Prime and you want to use it, purple button. Go ahead and click that. Love you long time. If not, stay tuned for about a minute while I run some ads. I would appreciate that. If not, totally fine. See you later. Just keep in mind that next week, that is to say May 16th and 17th, there will be no D&D on this channel. So, don't expect there to be some. But we will be back on Monday the 23rd and Tuesday the 24th. So we will see you then. And, yeah. Bye-bye.
Toodles.